Your home. It's a lot like your body. Many different systems working together to keep it healthy. When your air conditioning system doesn't work right, it can give your house a fever or the chills. When your house needs a checkup, it might be time to turn to the experts and a Carrier factory trained technician to get things back to perfect health. Call the experts at Full Pro Heating and Air Conditioning to schedule your home checkup. Full Pro has been your town's Carrier experts for 50 years, but also service all makes and models. Visit fullpro.com today. License to you 401640.
Blog Talk Radio.
BFF. It's all about the game.
What up? It's your girl Adana and my co-host Dre McClendon, and welcome to BFF Sports, our very first episode. How you doing this evening?
I'm doing good. We finally made it. We're here. Finally.
We're here.
Finally. Yeah, after much
you feel
wrangling.
like singing Drake right now? Started from the bottom, now we're here. No, it's just me.
Nah, we finally here though. I mean, it's been a lot of delay, a lot of hard work, a lot of preparation, but now we're finally here and people can care to talk about sports and from a male and female perspective, kind of like a battle of the sexes type deal.
Yeah,
so I appreciate everybody that's listening, checking in with us, talking about sports and all the hot topics.
And why? Just because we're brand new to the world, I guess we should introduce ourselves. I'll let you go first, Mr. Dre.
It's not ladies first this time? So,
well, I am the host. I was trying to be nice.
Well, it's your show. I'm just, I'm like, you like Jordan, I'm Pippen. I'm just, you run the show. I'm just, I'm here to fill the stat sheet. That's all. I'm just here to play my role. But I'm Dre McClendon. I reside in Phoenix, Arizona, but Georgia boy at heart. This is kind of new to me, so I'm still trying to learn. Big fan of all my, Atlanta sports teams: Falcons, Braves, Bulldogs, and Hawks. I was in the Navy for 15 years, and now I work over at Intel. So that's pretty much my intro.
Well, a little about me. I'm LaDonna Samani. I live right now in Dallas, Texas. I am a Cowboys fan. And yes, I'm a Dallas Mavericks fan, but I was born in St. Louis, so I am a diehard Cardinals fan. So please believe you will hear me talking trash to Dre about his Braves and greatness about my Cardinals. I don't care how bad we're losing,
Boo.
not winning.
Boo.
We're
Boo.
great. That's just, that's how I see it. But before we talk about hot topics, let's see what this guest would like to say, because we have a caller calling in. Just 1 second. Let's get him on the line. Hey, you're on with LaDonna and Dre. Who's speaking?
Hey, what's up going on, guys? This is Kev. How you guys doing?
Hey, what's good, Kevin? How you doing, man?
How are you?
Fine. Long time coming, huh? Got you on the air. So I want to say congratulations to you guys. I'm here for you, whatever you need. I know you guys will do good. And just have fun. Enjoy what you do. Have passion for it. Just have fun.
Thank you
so
much.
Thank you. I'll do my best. Like I said, I'm new to this, but I'm learning, and I got LaDonna here, and she basically put me on, so I thank her as well because, like I said, I wasn't thinking about being on the radio, but here I am. So, and like I said, I appreciate her and I appreciate you, both of you guys.
No problem at all, man. I just want to make sure you guys do well. You know what I'm saying? We try to do some things that never been done before. I mean, we got like right around 30 shows all across the nation, and we'll be listened to all across the nation as well. So you never know who's calling in. You never know who's listening to what you guys are talking about, what we're talking about. So just have fun, enjoy the moment while you have it, and just I just want to congratulate you guys for coming on. Sports-wise, I don't know what you guys are talking about, but I find that one of the hottest topics that's going on right now is a thing with Aaron Hernandez on the situation with him and him, committing suicide. And I don't know if anybody knows, but I think I read an article out there that there's a possibility that that the Patriots might be able to, might have to fork up some money for his daughter. I think it's like $2.5 million that they're talking about maybe her receiving. And if the Patriots don't do this, I gotta look more into it. But if the Patriots, let's say the Patriots deny the whole thing and come up with some red tape, how does that make the Patriots look, and how does that make the NFL look, regardless of what caused him to be where he's at? You're kind of taking away from his daughter having a normal lifestyle, or maybe even a better lifestyle at $2.5 million.
Yeah.
So I want to get you guys' take on that, if you want to speak on that or not.
Oh, we were going to speak on it. That was actually one of the next topics. We were going to talk on the hot topics. And the first one was the Aaron Hernandez suicide, and that law that you're speaking of, that they have to probably fork over money. It's an interesting law. They say it's barely used. It's so I understand, because now that he committed suicide while he was in appeal stage, and because of that, his record got cleaned. Now, a lot of people think that if the Patriots do give Hernandez's daughter and fiance money, then that's going to go straight. Probably it's going to be eaten up by the lawsuit by the Olden family, which could be true. We don't know how much other money supposedly he has set aside that his name was not on.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's supposedly bank accounts with just his fiance and his best friend's names before all this happened. That's the rumor. I'm not for sure if that's true or not.
Okay. So you just added another twist to that, because I didn't know anything about that. But
yeah, I just read that.
And I guess probably if I read more, I probably will find out. If I'd have read more into detail, I probably would have found that out as well about the lawsuit. It's a sticky situation because, there's people that will never be on this earth again behind some of the decisions that some of these guys, Aaron Hernandez made. But really, the thing about it is, if you think about how Belichick runs his team up there, when he was in Miami, there was a big stink about him and some issues that were going on with him outside of the football field. And from what I read, I don't know if it was Butch Davis was the coach down there or not, but I know Belichick had he sat down and talked to those guys about him in depth, about him coming, about them drafting him and him coming up to New England to be on the team. So there was some issues going on that we didn't know nothing about prior to him getting drafted, and I think that it kind of moved over into the pro style life, and which is sad because now you look at how everything's being played out. You got your guy Joe Mixon, you got Jim Kelly's
nephew, right?
Nephew. Or somebody like that right now, because of some of the things they did in the past, is going to hurt them in the NFL draft. So I think the teams are taking a better look at players now. But then if you really think about it, social media has a lot to do with what goes on in sports today. And some of the issues that's going on right now have been going on for the longest time. It's just that we never knew nothing about it because we never heard about it because we didn't have social media. But I'm pretty sure that domestic violence was a big thing. We just never heard about it, and so now today you have to be really conscientious about what you do, what you say, in pretty much anything in life, because once you hit that send button, you can't bring it back. Once you hit that button, that picture, you can't bring it back. So it's a sad situation that their lives were lost in this whole situation. But hopefully somebody will get educated about this situation and maybe won't go about it the same way.
Well, I agree.
Definitely agree with that.
Yeah, like I said, the Aaron Hernandez situation was a very tragic situation. He was a very good football player. He just couldn't escape the street life, and he was very troubled. And I know you was talking about Kevin. You touched on that he had some off the field issues. But if you look at his record before he even came in the NFL, he even had issues down when he played down at the University of Florida when he was involved in the shooting down there. When they described the suspect being a big Hawaiian male with a bunch of tattoos. And if you follow Florida football, you only know the only person like that on that team was Aaron Hernandez. So, like I said, very talented football player. He was instrumental in the Patriots offense. But like I said, some of these guys, me and LaDonna talked about it before, that a lot of these guys, they can't leave their hood life behind them, and try to elevate themselves because they want to be, stuck in that same situation. So, like, I know you said something about Joe Mixon as well. If a team does draft him in the draft, they should have. I'm pretty sure they're gonna have in his contract. They're gonna have stipulations to where he can get some kind of support system or some counseling, because they was talking about the assault that he did back then before the whole situation in Oklahoma. So I think the team that takes some risk on him, he's a talented player. Kind of reminds me of what Lawrence Phillips was. Great player, just had some issues. So I think with the team that does draft him, that he has to get a support system. Get some people around him, not a bunch of yes men, just some people around him that can steer him in the right direction, so he won't make the same mistake he did. Because it'll be a lot more magnified in the NFL, where you give him a young player a bunch of money. So with that support system and the stipulation in his contract, I think he'll be all right. He just needs to, keep his nose clean and just stay out of trouble.
Yeah, I totally agree with you on that. It's just that now, man. With social media, anything you say or do, if it gets recorded, you can count on it coming out and you having a problem. I tell my daughter this all the time. I'm like, yo, when you don't go to school and get into a fight, let me or your mom handle it. And I said, because when cops look at you and say, oh, well, you was out of school for 4 or 5 days, they want to know what's going on.
Exactly.
So it's like, well, if you can't behave in school, we're not going to spend no money to bring you here, on a scholarship for this or that. If you can't keep it cool, we just have to learn how to hold our tongues and not do the things that we want to do or say the things we want to say just because we can. Because there's going to be some repercussions behind what you do. You got to accept the consequences of your reactions.
Right, absolutely. Especially now, like you said, with the whole social media thing, that is very magnified now. Like, social media is that tool to either help you or hurt you. So, if you can use social media, just use it wisely, so it won't put you in that situation where people will be asking you these questions when it's time for you to get drafted or get interviewed by teams.
And definitely, I definitely agree with both of you. And thank you, Kevin, for coming on. We appreciate you calling in. Please call us anytime that you're free. Want to talk sports to us? We're always down to talk some sports.
Okay. If you guys are not busy tomorrow, my show is from 7 to 9. We're gonna talk about the mock draft, who your team would pick, what game or games you're really looking forward to your team playing next season, and we're going to talk about the NBA playoffs.
Sweet.
Well, me and LaDonna are already looking forward to that Falcons-Cowboys game, so probably be a little betting going on. We'll probably have a little bet. But yeah, that's that one circled in red just because of the fact that I'm a Falcons fan, she's a Cowboys fan. So that date right there is definitely circled in red.
Yeah. All right, guys. I appreciate you having me on. You guys have a good night and have a good show.
Oh, you too.
You too, man. Thank you. Have a good night.
You there?
All right. Well, I'm here. I'm getting there. I'm warming up. The butterflies is slowly starting to die. It's starting to die down a little bit.
Yes. Well, we have another caller, so let's speak to this other caller before we dive into everything. Let me get them on the line. Hey, you're on the show with LaDonna and Dre. Who's this?
This is Lou, and congratulations on your new show.
Oh, thank you.
I appreciate it, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah, I heard about it over the weekend. I thought, I might want to give this a try. I Facebooked you about it on Friday.
Right. Okay.
Oh, sweet.
Yes. All right. So, what you want to talk about? Anything you want to talk about? Touch on anything you observed? NBA playoffs, NHL playoffs.
I've been observing all the playoffs, and it's been very close knit lately with the NHL playoffs. As two more got eliminated this weekend, I am thrilled that the Habs lost to the Rangers. Oh, thank you.
Well, see, I'm a Blues fan. I'm a diehard Blues fan, so I am like the happiest girl right now because everybody predicted the Wild was going to beat us. So go us, go St. Louis.
Yeah, but I'm a little worried about us playing. I think against Pittsburgh. That's gonna bother me a little bit because they always find a way to beat us, especially in the playoffs. I'm thinking, what they gotta do to outsmart them?
And we have to play like we were playing the Wild, not like that first game. That first game, Jake Allen with 51 saves, he was amazing, and I'm very, very, very happy that he played that well. This Jake Allen was not the Jake Allen I thought we first had. The first Jake Allen compared to this Jake Allen are two different Jake Allens this season. And I'm glad this one showed up, and I'm glad this one is actually doing a great job. In these last few games, we've looked great. Well, I won't say the last few games because actually the last home game we looked kind of tired. But yesterday's game we looked great, and I'm glad we hung out there and we still finished the win. Now we can have a few days off, breathe, and start all over again.
Well, will the real Jake Allen please stand up?
Exactly.
Well, I'm just letting you know right now. I'm just letting y'all, both of y'all know, me and LaDonna, I have no clue about hockey ever since Atlanta. Both of their teams go to Canada, but I am in St. Louis, and I actually went to a place called Hot Shots out here, and there were a bunch of Blues fans in there, and just the passion and the ups and downs and the roller coaster, just watching the team play, I was amazed. So I hopefully, I can start watching the game more because it seems like it's exciting. So, and then after the Blues won, it was pandemonium in there. So I was just kind of sitting there, just watching it and all. It was great, man. So I'm gonna try to pick it up.
Although I can't say much for right now with the Capitals and Leafs game because let's put it this way: if you're a fan of offense, this is a boring game. If you love defense, oh boy, you're in for a good one.
Well, from watching the preview, I can see it's a very physical contest. It seems like every time I was looking at it, there were fights was breaking out, a bunch of cross-checking. So it looked like it's an exciting game, so I'm going to try to get into it. I was trying to follow it when Atlanta had their hockey team, and then when they kind of, when they moved on, I just kind of lost interest. So I'm going to kind of try to jump back in, and I'm pretty sure LaDonna's going to give me a hand with her being a hockey fan.
Yeah.
Hopefully she won't try to convert me to be a Blues fan. So she's trying to.
Why not?
She won't do
Why
that.
not?
Why not?
Nah.
Can't go on Ryan Suter.
Well, I'm just, basically I'll just be a fan and just watch the sport. So, and plus I'm trying to find a new sport to watch with the, the basic ones like baseball, basketball, and football. So I'm trying to find another sports to watch. And plus with Atlanta getting a soccer team, I'm trying to get into that. So I'm just trying to expand. They are, from what people are telling me, they're doing pretty good. So I might check them out, living in Arizona, it's kind of hard to watch my teams play. So I do what I can to watch them. But I'm going to check them out and try to watch the hockey thing a little bit more.
Yeah, but what's the status with the Coyotes anyway? I mean, because, I think they're trying to move.
Well, the situation with them, like I've been keeping up when I try, is that they're trying to move. They're trying to move downtown to Phoenix to Talking Stick Resort to merge with the Suns. They would have some issues with the lease out there in Glendale, and they're trying to renew that. So it's just one big mess right now. The owner wants to move him down to Phoenix, and the mayor of Glendale is trying to keep him in Glendale. So it's one big legal thing after another. So
it's been going
right
the whole
now,
season.
Right. So right now, the talks right now that I've been hearing is that they're trying to move him down to Talking Stick Resort down there with the Suns.
Interesting.
Yeah, because that's been the talk I think since like November.
Right. Well, I guess it came down to the money thing because I think they was asking for a couple $100 million, and the mayor of Glendale balked at that, saying they wasn't gonna pay that much. So the owner's trying to move them down there, and then there was rumors of them trying to build a new stadium out there. So it's like I said, it's one big legal mess down there, and like you said, they might try to move, so people trying to keep them there. So and
yeah. Well, we can only hope, because I talked to a few guys from Atlanta 2 days a week, and we discussed like what happens with the Atlanta teams. Your Braves are looking a little bit mediocre.
Yeah.
They start out good at home. Now they're starting to teeter off a bit at home too, and I heard early reports saying that they would make maybe the wild card spot this year, but I want your thoughts on that.
Well, my thoughts on that is that honestly, and I'll probably get the wrath of a couple Braves fans, I didn't really expect much coming off the horrible season we had last year. But we got plenty of young talent. We got, the Freddie Freeman. We got Matt Kemp. We got Matt Kemp. We got Swanson. We got a lot of young talent. It's just the pitching thing we have to work on, because if you give up, in the game against the Phillies today, we gave up 3 straight home runs. You can't do that. So
no, you can't. You won't win games that way.
Yeah, right. I'm sitting there watching the game. I'm flipping back and forth between that and the playoffs. It was 2-1, and then I look up, it's 5-1, and they gave up 3 home runs. So it's a little bit frustrating, but we have the talent and the ability. We just got to bring it together. So I am not converted to the Cardinals.
Okay. My condolences.
But in all honesty, I expect this kind of season. It's going to be one of those up and down seasons. So all I can do is just ride the wave like I've been riding for the past 20, 25 years. So, if the Cardinals can win a couple World Series, the Braves can too, right?
A couple.
Of course.
11. Catch up.
Whatever. We ain't going to talk about that. That's going to be a whole nother story. We still got to talk about that infield fly rule that y'all cheated us on in the playoffs. But we're not going to talk about that.
Right.
We're not going to talk about that. So we're just going to go ahead and just move on past that.
Okay.
But
you keep bringing it up. I don't bring it up. You keep
whatever.
Bringing it up.
Every time you bring up baseball, you want to rub that in my face. So I ain't got nothing else to stand on, and I'm not going to convert to be a Cardinals fan. So that's all I can do. Matter of fact, when I drive downtown tomorrow, I'm going to boo at the stadium. Okay.
Uh-oh.
That's fine. We're not going to be there anyway. So
I got an update for you, fellas. Leafs are now leading the Capitals 1-0. About 9 minutes to go in the third.
Yeah, I saw that. That just happened. Looks like Matthews scored that. Austin
Rookie of the year, no question.
Yes, but thanks for calling. We have other guests calling in, and listen to us anytime.
Thanks.
And call us.
Say hello to Kevin for me. I know he came on before.
Oh, definitely.
Well, it was a pleasure having you on, and appreciate you calling in and checking in with us on our inaugural first show.
Yes.
And hopefully you can listen to us some more.
And we shall talk again.
All right, thank you.
Sure.
We're back. Since you were talking about NBA playoffs, I guess we can congratulate that Cleveland team. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that Cleveland team. What's that guy's name? LeBron?
LeBron.
King James. People call him King James.
Yeah,
I call
that
him
guy.
more like, yeah, he need Rogaine James.
Yeah, we won't talk. We won't say the names that we call him. I don't think it's appropriate for live radio.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure when I get on phone that people are going to give me crap about it, talking about it. But I have no problem with LeBron. He's a great player. I just have a problem with the people trying to put him up there with Mike. He won't be nowhere near as Mike.
It's his fans. It's not LeBron. It's his fans.
And the media as well.
Yes.
The media as well. Every time LeBron does a record, they have to post it. So
exactly, the LeBronerism. Is that a word? Can I just create that word? LeBronerism?
It could be something. Probably. They'll be like, he scored 50 points in Pumas, and people are like, King James, greatest of all time. King. Like, come on, man. Seriously. But congratulations to them. And
should we go ahead and congratulate Golden State, or is it too soon? Too soon?
No, not too. It's not too soon, but I think Portland's not gonna go out like that, especially when you got a guy named Damian Lillard, who's probably one of the best point guards in the league. So I'll give him the benefit of the doubt till they actually play. I know my son is happy about his Warriors winning right now.
Oh yeah,
so
he is.
I'm pretty sure he's happy about that. So I cannot argue with that.
Okay, I'll give him one game.
One game.
Portland gets one game.
I can see them giving one game. One game.
And it's the next one they play. It's do or die. So that's their one game.
They're gonna have to come with it. But I think they're not gonna go out there. I think they'll give them a fight. But in the end, Golden State got too many shooters.
Yeah.
So, but
and let's talk about this other team. Can we talk about this other team? That Memphis Grizzly team that my Vince Carter plays for. Yes, that guy. That team. That team that somehow is tied with San Antonio. How?
Well, if you go back a couple of years ago when Memphis upset the San Antonio Spurs, I always said it time and time again, when San Antonio draws Memphis always plays tough against them. You got a guy by the name of Zach Randolph, who's basically like one of my favorite players to watch because he's so consistent. Then you got Marc Gasol, who's having a good playoff. Then Mike Conley is showing why he was worth $153 million. So and then he was playing. And, you got the old man Vince Carter, who still shows that he still got some juice left. So and then they played in the grindhouse. So Memphis is always tough. They always have a tough team. They play great ball, great team ball. And the head coach they have, he's got them, playing. So. And it's the playoffs. You got to either put up or shut up. You got to show up, show out, or you're going home.
Exactly. Well, we have another caller on the line, and let's get them on and have them talk to us. Hey, you're on with LaDonna J. Who's speaking? Hello?
Hi, can anyone hear me?
Oh, yes, we can hear you.
Hey, y'all, it's Lisa. What's up? Dre, rise up, my Falcons brother. And congrats you guys on the show. Yes, we're still rapping. We ain't worried about whatever happened with that Super Bowl L1,
Whoa.
He knows I was rooting for y'all.
Whoa.
He knows.
Whoa.
He will tell you.
Okay. I understand, but we're not gonna talk about it right now. I'm still kind of hurting on that. So I still had to go to counseling. I had to go to.
My boss at work didn't talk to me for a week because he knew, and I definitely understand. We all have our own processes of, getting over it. But I'm really optimistic. I actually had a chance to meet one of our linebackers, Debo, recently, and he's in good spirits, and I'm like, just get us back there and then finish next time. So, we got a young team, especially on the defense, and that's where our Achilles heel was in that game. So, I think good things are ahead for us.
Yeah, I think so. I haven't really been saying much. I've just been watching people talk down, especially those that team and their fans out there in New Orleans.
Oh my gosh!
They're having the field day about it. I let them have their little fun.
Yeah. Yeah,
I thought that was a little fun. So they got to talk about something since they ain't been in the playoffs for 3 years, so they got to talk about something.
We call them the 79ers. They are 79 3 years running, setting records like that. I mean, we were 8-8, last season, and to get to the 79ers straight up.
Wait, we talk about practice, not a game. We talking about practice.
Yeah, it's but they're definitely having their fun, but it's okay. Like I said, they're talking about us because their team has been irrelevant for many years. So but
Breeze is not getting any younger. He's not getting any younger.
Oh my gosh, yeah, he sure isn't. And their window is definitely closing. I still think in the Matt Ryan Julio era, we got some light. But they know, and the thing is, we're still a threat, and that's why they're checking for us. People know we're still a threat, and we know. I think there were like maybe 5 plays in the Super Bowl. Had one of those plays gone our way, we would be champions right now. So it's just one of those things where we couldn't finish it out, but they know we're a threat, and so that's why they're talking about us, not even their own team. I promise you. They're not saying, the Saints are going to do something this season. I'm not hearing that from a single Saints fan. So,
they're too busy talking about us. But, ask them what they're going to do this season.
Well, it's not even that. Who's on the Saints team besides Breeze?
Well, if you ask anybody, I know a few Saints fans out there that actually have some conferences, but the rest of them, I'm like, yeah, okay.
I'm just trying to figure out who's on the team that's worth mentioning besides Breeze. See,
they say the way Cook. They said Cook talked to New England, so
they sure did.
So, they got.
That was a
surprise. They got Ingram. They got Ingram, and but like I said, regardless of the trash talk that's going on between us, it's a great rivalry. I respect Drew Brees for what he did in the league, but in the same breath, my feelings about the Saints because, like I said. My dad's a Saints fan. Most of my family on his side are Saints fans. So it's every time I go down a little exactly. Every time I go down to the reunion, they give me mean mugs.
I don't know how he came out a Falcons fan.
Thank Deion Sanders for saving my life and not joining that evil empire. Thank Deion.
Oh, the evil. But then Deion came to my city.
Okay, we're not gonna talk about that. All right, we're not gonna talk about that. He was a Falcon. He was a Falcon first. He was a Falcon first.
Out of all the teams that he played for, he still rides for us. And he actually said that on his Instagram, wearing the Falcons hat in case you had any questions. So, but in all honesty, we got to get one, and I'm really hoping that it's sooner than later. So that's my on the Dirty Birds.
Yeah, same here, same. I just want one, and I don't care after that. Once we get that one, I don't really care after that. Just as long as we get that first one. Just get that first one.
Right. In my lifetime, please. No more 18 years in between Super Bowl appearances. Like, let's do something, So,
Exactly.
But anyway, guys, I won't take up all the time, but congrats on the show. You guys sound amazing.
Oh, thank you.
Well, thank you for calling in. Appreciate it. All right.
You're welcome. All right. Bye.
All right. That's good. We rolling along.
Oh my God, I love her. Oh my God, I haven't spoke to Lisa in forever, and I love her to death. Like, don't get me wrong. I know everybody's been thinking, "Ooh, she a Falcon?" Like me, I'm not a Falcons fan. No, everybody knows this, but Dre knows how much I needed that money, which I still haven't got paid for. So we ain't gonna call him names out. But I had a bet last year that Denver was going to lose their division. So I started rooting for the Falcons.
I remember.
Yes, I remember. I started rooting for the Falcons for Dre, and I was like, I need you to beat Denver. So they won. And I kept rooting for them. And Dre was like, it's not because of you. But the
wait
Falcons
a minute.
kept winning.
No.
The Falcons kept winning.
I did not ask for any favors, okay? I did not ask for any favors.
I'm just letting you know that I know that I have partially to do with it. But thank you. But I am going to be texting the person for my money because they never paid it.
Well, first off, said person wasn't trying to do no favors. I was just trying to, and I talked to the big homies upstairs. He told me that he was good to go. So that whole money situation with said person is null and void.
Well, I haven't got it. It hasn't been transferred to my account. So.
Well, can we get another call? We're going to talk about that later on. They're going to talk about that with said person later on, but we got another call on the line.
Okay, get them on the line.
All right.
6429
717-317-6081. You're on the air. Hello?
Try the other one.
All right. Hello, you're on the air with BFF Sports. Hello?
Hello?
Hey, welcome to the show.
What you mean? Welcome to the show. Bro, you don't know who I am?
Man, look, big. Oh, wait. Is this little bro? This little bro.
I'm big, bro. What you mean?
He came over reckless. Like,
I know, right? My bad, dog. Like I owe you lunch money. Like I owe you lunch money, bro. What's going on?
Man, what's going on? What's going on, man?
We finally made it, man. We finally made it after blood, sweat, and tears. We finally here. And now I got great. Well, I appreciate you calling in, brother.
You got it.
All right, then, brother Dex. So what's on your mind, man? What you want to talk about? I know you got some things to get off your chest.
Oh, you know,
you got some things to get off your chest.
We're gonna be here all night. We only have 23 minutes, Dex.
Yeah, man. Come on, man. You know we on company time. You can't be sitting there. You know, you can't talk about everything, but talk about some stuff that that you got on your mind. I know you got something on your mind, bro. So let it out, man. What's good?
For one.
Oh. He got a list. Watch out. Grab your bottles.
All right, man. I'm here, man. Go ahead and let it out. You know, you the man, man. It's your turn. Time to shine, man.
Oh, this Dex?
Mhm.
Yep.
We listening. You said for one.
You talking to me? I'm thinking you talking to Dex. Oh, man.
No, we're talking to you. You on the I got you. You on the It's on you. Go.
I got you, man. But one thing I want to talk about is these birds, man. I have to say this. One thing is not a fluke. Two things, we will be back. Dan Quinn has this defense. Terry Poe, Victor Beasley, Desmond Trufant. They will be back. They will be leading the league in sacks. I guarantee you that. Desmond Trufant will be the comeback player of the year. Matt Ryan will be. I can tell you that Matt Ryan he won't put up MVP numbers, but he will be back as the number one top 5 offensive
quarterback.
Offensive team. No, they will have. They're gonna have to go through a little bit of a growing pains with Shanahan not being the Shanahan not being the offensive coordinator, but Sarkisian, it's going to be a growing pain to try to figure out what Matt Ryan likes, what he likes, the type of throws. Trying to get what's his name, Tevin Coleman, see what he likes, the type of running plays that he likes. Devontae Freeman, how they like to run the plays and whatnot. That's going to be a little bit of growing pain, but for the most part, man, the Falcons defense are going to they're definitely going to lead this team back to the playoff. But as far as Terry Poe, Victor Beasley, those guys, they're going to be the main stars of this team. They're going to be key for the Falcons getting to back to the Super Bowl.
Oh, don't forget about Debo now.
Debo? Nah, he's gonna be good. He's gonna be good for it. But I really think Terry Poe, Grady Jarrett is gonna be the catalyst that steams this team back to the playoffs. They're going to be big. They're going to be big. But Matt Ryan, he had a year. This is probably his best year if any Falcons quarterback has ever had. This is definitely the best year any Falcons quarterback has had. And him to try to do the exact same thing he did this past season, it's going to be difficult. He has Julio, Tevin Coleman. We're trying to see if they can get another tight end to go with young Austin Hooper. So I think
and it's so funny that you mentioned that, like his best yardage, like he had his best TD throws last year. Last year he had 38, but his yardage was actually almost the same as his last few years, probably since 2012. And because he's been doing it so quietly, people don't realize that Matt Ryan, like I'll say, since 2011 has been throwing 4,000 yards faithfully. He might have been doing it quietly, but he's been doing it faithfully. 2011, you had 4,100. 2012, 4,700, 4,500 after that. And then last year was a great year. Was one of his best yardage years, was 49-44 with 38 TDs. And he only had 7 interceptions. Yeah, I will say that he had one of his best years last year. And I was rooting for him. Besides being my fantasy quarterback, and I had Julio, we're not going to talk about that because, my husband might be around and he might be a little salty about that Julio situation, but we will not talk about it.
He wasn't the only one. I was getting inboxes and emails and texts when Julio sat out those 2 games. Talk about why Julio wasn't playing. I was like, man, look, I don't know. I mean, if he don't want to play, I want him to stay healthy before the playoffs. You worried about fantasy? I'm trying to, that's not.
No, it was that week.
I'm not his agent.
It was the week that he had 200 yards. He had to face him. That Julio week, that great Julio weekend. Yeah, that was the week that he had him.
Oh, when he torched the passes for 300 yards.
Yeah. And so my husband faced somebody that had him. And that's all I'm going to say.
That was a great performance. But
it's definitely going to be difficult for them to do that.
But
it's going to be difficult for Julio to stay there.
Well, I think we just Gable just signed his tender. We got Sanu, and then we got Hooper. I think that with those guys and Hardy, showing up, I think with those guys, I think the pressure's going to get taken off Julio because, like you say, you can't double everybody. But Dex, I got a question for you, bro. I know we was talking about the defense. With Poe, he had the back issue. So you think that's going to have some kind? It's going to hamper his ability to play. I mean, I think that's the reason why Kansas City didn't sign him. I think it's a good sign for us because it's a 1-year prove-it deal. So, what's your thoughts on that?
I'll say that again.
Oh, with Poe, Dante Poe, with the back, with the back issues that he had in Kansas City, that's why they didn't re-sign him to a bigger deal. And, he just kind of fell in our lap when we signed him on a 1-year deal. You think the back injury, the back issues is going to be a hamper when he's playing this season? This upcoming season?
I don't think it'll be a big issue. I think, when he's for one, you have Grady Jarrett, you have Dante Poe. He's not going to demand double teams. You're going to have to pick and choose who you want to double. And I think Grady Jarrett is more of a problem. He's going to pose more of a problem than Dante Poe. So, as far as it being a problem, I don't think it'd be a problem because you have to double. You have to worry about Vic Beasley. You cannot leave him on the edge singled up with anyone. So, double teams, I think they will probably double Vic Beasley more so than Dante Poe. But, in running, Dan Quinn, he used a lot of rotation. He rotates his defensive ends. He rotates his defensive tackles. He keeps them fresh. So, as far as his back, he's losing. He's losing weight. They're trying to get him down to like 330. I think he'll be fine. And I really don't. Yeah. I don't think it'll be. I don't think it'll be an issue. I really don't think it'll be an issue. You have Adrian Claiborne. You have Grady Jarrett. You have Dante Poe, Derek Shelby. What's Big 77? I always get his name out. Rasheed Hageman. He's gonna have, I don't think it'll be a problem. He's gonna probably gonna. He's not gonna see a lot of snaps like he did in Kansas City. So he's gonna. This is a make or break year, and he's trying to. He definitely is trying to. Watch his weight, watch his.
What's gonna make or break? The only game that I care about is the game that we play, y'all. That's the only game.
Oh, God.
That's the only game that matters. It's the only game that matters. I'll have baby in my arm by then, but guess what? We gonna talk trash. Me and the baby. Me and baby Samantha.
Well,
talking trash.
Hey, Dex, I already told her we're going to probably have a little wager on that game because that game's circling red. So you already know that game is going down. So, and, I remember we had the discussion before where Des was talking about he was the best receiver in the league. And, Julio gave him that crazy face when he said it. So it's going to be an interesting game. Cowboys finished 1-2 in the NFC.
What wide receiver doesn't feel that they're not the best receiver in the NFL?
Well, LaDonna, you had this conversation on why Dez is not the best in this game. I mean, granted, he's got the skill set, but
he's not the best. But don't get me wrong, I love my Dez, and everybody knows I'm like the biggest Dez fan. But every wide receiver, every player in there, that plays, that's starting, feel that they're the best in their, in their spot. And I like that confidence. I love that confidence. I just don't like the confidence when you have, like, LeVar Ball, that he's the best, and he averaged 2.2 points.
He's trying to get that $1 million contract for all his kids, man. That big baller brand. I'm going to see your T-shirt, right? I'm going to see your T-shirt to the house. You know what I'm saying? Big baller brand, baby.
Because they're going to beat Nike. I don't know if anybody knows, but LeVar, the Ball brand, whatever, 3-ball, 3B ball, whatever it's called, whatever it is, they're going to beat Nike.
Something like that.
They're going to give Nike issues. That's what he just said. Man, don't get me wrong, I love confidence, but I do not like delusional.
Right, right.
Some people are agreeing, like, kind of what he's doing. Like, he said something about Nike. Nike came out and said he's actually hurting his kids right now, which I agree. I totally agree that he's hurting his kids right now. But, some people are saying, well, they're not going to say it when Nike wants his kids to wear their shoe. We don't even know if they want them to wear their shoe.
We don't even know
this, because they might stay away and be like, you know what? I don't know if I could deal with your dad.
Right. That's going to be a big thing.
Reebok or Adidas.
Right. That's going to be a big issue.
Adidas deal with you.
Yeah, it's going to be a big issue, man. So hopefully that changes, because, that's what teams look at now. So.
Yes, but Dex, we have to let you go. We have a couple other callers on the line. Yeah. Thanks for calling.
Yeah. Thank you, man. Appreciate that, man.
Call in next week.
Yeah, bro, call in next week, man. Appreciate you calling in and supporting me, man. I know we had conversations about this and my doubts about it, man. So I appreciate the encouragement from you, bro. That's real talk, man.
Absolutely, man. No problem. I'll let y'all later. Thanks, man.
All right, thank you.
No problem, bro. Yeah, so far so good, huh?
Right?
Right by the hour almost, right? Right.
We got like 10 minutes left. We got like 2 callers on the line. So.
All right.
Let's get 2137.
Hello. Hello.
Hey, good evening. This is Raymond Bennett. I'm just calling to see y'all doing a good job, and welcome to the network.
Oh, thanks, Ray.
No problem, man. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate the opportunity that was presented, man. Appreciate that.
Y'all doing an excellent job. It's good. It's good. I like the conversation, except for that Dez comment. I could live without that. But
look at me. I'm about to get fired on the first day, like Smokey from Friday. I'm fired on my first day.
But I could listen. Trust me and believe me. I understand. I think I'm going to borrow that phrase. what was it? I like confidence. I don't like delusional. See,
yeah, I don't like, that's what is going on in a lot of the world right now.
Absolutely, right.
I live in Pennsylvania, but I'm originally from Brooklyn, New York, so I'm a Giant fan. And everywhere I go, I deal with like there was this guy. He's on the network. His name is Nate Netter-Cook, and he's from Jersey, but he lives in Atlanta. And he coined the phrase after Dallas lost their first game that they were going to go 16-0. And I'm like, that's the new math that they're teaching. You lose one game, but you still go 16-0. So I don't understand it. And the team that they lose to, the team that they can't beat is the Giants. So it's going to be an interesting season. I think it's going to, a lot of people have picked Washington, and some people have even picked the Eagles to win the division. It's always, the NFC East is always a beast.
Definitely.
I think all the teams are right there, a player here or there. I want to see what Dallas does on the back end of their defense. Their offense is set, but they've got to shore up their defensive line and that secondary. The Redskins are in transition. I don't know what they're trying to do. The Eagles are coming. I think they, with the addition of some wide receivers, they still have to show up their defense. And then there's the New York Football Giants. I think the addition of Brandon Marshall is huge for them.
Definitely big. You have to pick.
Man, they could have kept Sore Thigh. They could have kept Victor Cruz Sore Thigh there. I don't understand.
But you know what? Victor Cruz, he had diminishing skills last year. I think
we know.
It's one of the hardest things to do is to miss football for 2.5 years, roughly. You can see that stuff that he once had, he doesn't have it anymore. I think he's with North Carolina. Maybe he might be able to have a resurgence. He might be able to have a resurgence, but we'll see. I think I'm gonna ask y'all a question because y'all watching the football. Where do you think Adrian Peterson is going to end up? Because that's the big question in the off season.
Honestly, I think that they're probably going to wait. To me, they're probably going to wait after the draft and then probably assess, the running back needs. But if I was a betting man, if the Jacksonville Jaguars don't draft Fournette or any of these running backs, I might say he might go down there to Jacksonville. That's just me. I might be the lone one that might say that, but I think he can go down there.
They have money to blow.
Yeah, absolutely. I think they're like right behind Cleveland as far as cap space, but I could see him down there in Duval County.
Ooh, because I think one of the things that he's talked about now, he's at the tail end of his career, and he's sitting back and waiting. I mean, he went to visit the Patriots, and he stuck his head in at the Saints. So I think before he goes to any team that didn't win, he's more waiting to pick and choose and probably want to be at a contender because he's on the back end of his career. So I'm looking at, some of those teams. I think maybe a Kansas City, maybe a Oakland if they don't sign.
I was going to say Kansas City, too, because they just released Jamal Charles, so he could fit in Kansas City as well.
Yeah, I can see that.
But I think that's what he's waiting for because I don't think he'd want to go to Jacksonville because it's just the same old thing. At this point in his career, he's playing for the playoffs and the championship. I don't want to eat up much more of your time. You said you had another caller, so I'm gonna get out and let y'all do your thing. But y'all doing an excellent job. I just wanted to wish y'all nothing but the best and welcome to the network. I've enjoyed my Sunday night.
Oh, thank you so much for calling in.
Peace.
All right. I think we have time for one more caller at least.
Yes, and it's 5904.
Yeah, we can do 5904.
Hello.
Hey, you're on the air.
Hey, on the air.
Yeah, how you doing, man? Congrats on the show.
No problem, man. Appreciate that, man.
Who's this?
This is Sean.
Oh, hi, Sean.
Hey, what's good, Sean?
Yeah, I'm doing good. Sean Buck.
Yeah, I figured. I already knew. I already knew. There's only one Sean in my life, and it's you.
Okay, cool. Yeah, y'all doing a good job.
I heard y'all talking about the Dallas Atlanta game. I was wondering what other games y'all looking forward to seeing that's like a must-see matchup that's coming out in 2017.
Well, I'm very interested. The very first game. Some people aren't, but I'm actually interested in the New England and Chiefs game because I think Chiefs can give New England a run for their money. Not to say they can win. I just said they can give them a run for the money.
Yeah, that's I'm gonna go a step further. I'm gonna say the Patriots and the Raiders.
That's gonna be a good one in Mexico.
Because I think if Derek Carr was healthy, I think they would have gave, like Madonna said with Kansas City, I think Oakland would have gave New England a run in the AFC. So I'm definitely looking forward to New England and Oakland in Mexico City.
Yeah, they're two good ones.
Yeah,
I'm looking forward to Seahawks and Packers for some reason. I'm seeing the elation in the Seattle uniform against the old team kind of be interesting to me. So I'm looking forward to that one.
I was actually kind of hoping if they did get if Marshawn went to Oakland, if they were going to play the Seahawks, but they're not. And I was like, man, that would have been a matchup.
Right.
That would have been. I would have watched that immediately. Like, we're going to have to change the channel. I don't care where I'm at. We have to watch that game.
You think Oakland would have You think Oakland would give Marshawn Lynch the ball on the 1 yard line?
No doubt. Anybody would. Maybe instead of my team, we like to throw the ball a lot too, so we might have did the same thing.
I'm just saying, because, if they would have gave the ball to Marshawn Lynch on the 1 yard line, Seahawks could have went back to back.
That's true.
Well, the other game I'm looking forward to, somebody might not like it, but it's October 22nd. It's the Sunday night game, Atlanta versus New England rematch.
Everybody's looking forward to that. And, if you look at my timeline on there's a lot of my Falcon buddies that got that circle red. They already looking for ticket prices and hotel rooms. They got their bag packed. They call it the revenge game. I'm just looking forward to a good game. I'm still kind of raw from that whole Super Bowl thing, and I've been getting, a lot of flack about it. But I'm looking forward to it. I think, left a bad taste in our mouths. But I think we'll be ready to go there to Foxborough.
I actually thought they were going to play their game the first Thursday night game. I was wondering why they didn't do that.
Well,
that'd have been good.
It would have been. It would have been, but the NFL had their 3 matchups: Dallas versus New York, 3 years in a row. So they got to put America's team on there. So I mean.
Hey, Dre, you're starting against the Bears. It's like a win in the bag. Just go grab it.
Whoa. Hey, look, any given Sunday, you know how it is. Any given Sunday, I don't look past. I don't look past no game.
Okay.
I don't look past no game. I'm just, because like I said, being a fan this long of the Falcons, I've had my ups and I had my downs, as you see evidence last year in the Super Bowl.
Of course. But, Sean, we have to let you go because we have a minute left, but call us next week.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for having me. Good luck the rest of the week.
Thank you.
I appreciate it.
All right.
Well, man.
Dre, this hour flew.
It did. It did. Absolutely. I was kind of nervous, but we flew through there. It was good. I was a little nervous, but I appreciate everybody calling in and checking in with us as we get this up off the ground. And I'm looking forward to sharing opinions with you and just talk sports.
Right. Next week we could talk about the draft. See where people win.
Talk about the draft. Yeah.
Talk about the playoffs again.
Right.
Hopefully all these people call in next week.
Absolutely. My Hawks are still in it, so they still putting up a fight. So I'm looking forward to that tomorrow. So we'll see what happens. We're not going to talk about that Florida guy. So.
Yeah, I'm only going for him. We already know because he's a St. Louis boy. That's the only reason I am rooting for him.
But what college did he go to?
That team that Aaron Hernandez went to.
Yeah, that school down there in Gainesville that we will not talk about on the radio because I have very ill feelings towards that school.
We don't talk about them either.
that school down there. Oh man.
Yeah, that blue team.
Yeah, the Gators, but I spelled it a different way.
Yeah, we won't spell that either. But next week, we're going to have a great show. Everybody listen in. Thanks for our callers. Everybody have a great night. You have a great night, Dre.
I will. Matter of fact, I'm about to tune into this Clippers and Jazz game. Check on that game and see how that's happening. So, till next week.